Yes, lads, welcome back to the channel. A video or a stream that I never thought, it did cross my mind that this was going to happen, but not now. Not now. I thought maybe at the end of the season, maybe in January, I thought this might be the case and might be what happens. But I didn't expect it now. Early on in the season, first couple of months of the season, and as you can see down below, Michael Flynn has left Newport County. He's left the club with an immediate effect. Now, first of all, I just want to say a massive thanks to Michael Flynn. You know, you have changed this football club in so many ways, and I really don't think a lot of people realise how much he has changed the football club. We were on the verge of going into non-league. We were on the verge of non-league football. And Michael Flynn turned it around. He got handed the great escape. He got handed the impossible job. And he turned it around. A lot of people that season were just saying it's done, the season's done. And what was the point, basically? Michael Flynn stepped in and took the impossible job and made it possible. And I think I can speak for every single Newport County fan by saying that this is heartbreaking. The manager that, not for me, but because I've been a fan longer than what Michael Flynn has obviously been at the club for, but, a lot of the new fans, they've been fans through the Great Escape, through the FA Cup runs. They've become attached to Newport since that. And I think Michael Flynn has helped bring a new brand of fan to Newport County, and everything that a lot of Newport new fans have become a fan of. It's the way Michael Flynn approached every hurdle. The whole way he got the job was due to we were in a shit situation, basically. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We were in an awful state under Graham Wesley. Michael Flynn came in, not much hope, I don't think. I'll stand by. If anyone wants to, disagree with me, then then do that. The whole point of this is to get other people's opinion. But I had no hope that Michael Flynn was going to turn it around. I just thought we were in a situation that it just wasn't going to be able to be revertible. And Michael Flynn did turn it around. He changed the club on and off the pitch. The financial gain of the club, not even that, just the reputation of Newport County has been excelled by this one man. And the fact that I've seen us before him, where we were bouncing, he takes over. And he's got us to 2 playoff finals, knocked out Leicester, Leeds, Middlesbrough, nearly knocked out Tottenham, Man City at home. These things that no manager, I don't think, at League 2 level would be able to do. And I think, for the first part of this stream, I just want to say, I know you're not going to be watching this. Of course you're not, but I just want to say, from my part of it, thank you for everything you have done for this football club, Michael, because I don't think anyone is ever going to not say thank you for what you've done. You have changed this football club from top to bottom, on and off the pitch. Like I say, everything about this football club has changed because of Michael Flynn. And I think we cannot forget what he has done for this football club in terms of regenerating a new fan, basically. There's, like I said, I'll go back to what I said at the first minute of the show. Michael Flynn has gained Newport more fans, and I just want to realise that, and I want other people to realise that without Michael Flynn, there might not have been the same breed of fans that we have now. That FA Cup run, the playoff final, the 2 playoff finals, both of which definitely gained fans, definitely gained more reputation as Newport as a club. And like I say, I'm not going to go straight in on the whole situation, because I just want to thank the man for what he has done for this football club on and off the pitch. We were so close to being a National League team, a non-league team, basically. We'd have still been professional due to the fact we've been in the Football League for a few seasons before that. But what he has done, he has made the club a bigger club, more reputable. I think the current reputation of the club has gone up heaps and bounds since he has taken over. And, that's not just down to him. We've had some brilliant players on loan in his tenure. We've had Ben White here on loan during Michael Flynn's reign. I mean, Ben White, what a player he is. He's now a £50 million centre-back for Arsenal, and Michael Flynn brought him to the club. The sort of players that he could attract, Timmy Abraham this season, Crofts as well, Joe Ledley, the players that he's managed to, over the years, bring to this, because we're a little club, realistically, and I don't expect anyone to disagree with that. We're not a huge club. We're a little club. And for this level, we've probably got one of the smallest budgets in the league. We don't, off the pitch, we don't realistically deserve to be here in terms of the finances and stuff like that, in my opinion. You can have your own about that. But Michael Flynn has made this club on and off the pitch the best it has ever been. And not the best, since reforming, I should say, because he never got us to Europe. Michael Flynn, he should have got us to Europe, mate. But no, honestly, I'm just going to take a few comments before I go on with the rest of it. What a huge loss for you. Probably the right time. I don't know. Like I said, the first word that I said was it shouldn't have been now. It should have been in January or at the end of the season. Didn't expect that. Neither, mate. There was murmurs of it, and I didn't believe the murmurs because I thought it wasn't going to be true. Michael Flynn for Wales job. I don't know where he's going to go, as long as he don't go to Cardiff, really. Hope this doesn't have a negative impact on Newport County. I trust all will be well. By the way, great football stream last night. Really enjoyed. I'll be live again, Phil, tonight. But yeah, just to touch on it again, I want to say a massive thank you. I'm getting emotional because it is an emotional moment. And I think as fans, we need to take a step back now and realise, I know... Sorry, guys. I know that what he has done for us is fantastic, and I get that. And me from one can just say thank you so much for what you have done as a manager of my football club. His hometown club. It was all romance, football romance, and he delivered. He didn't just deliver on the fact that he's a Newport boy. He delivered in terms of a manager. And I think we've helped him grow as a manager. He came in as an unknown in the management industry, and having the faith that we had in him, he has now developed to a huge manager for League Two level. And I think he's going to thank us for that. Although we've got the loss of him leaving, for him personally, he's grown in stature, he's grown in reputation whilst being at us. And I think we can't knock that. We cannot knock that. Yes, it's upsetting. Yes, it's not what we wanted. And we've got a massive game against Scunthorpe tomorrow as well, which I don't know what the sort of the sort of feel about the place is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a weird game tomorrow against Scunthorpe, and I truly expect that. I don't think there'll be people at Rodney Parade just turning up like nothing's happened, because the second most successful manager of this football club has gone. And I think that will have an impact. Whether it has an impact on the players, look, they're professional footballers. I know they probably will be hurting. People like Demetrio, people like Dolan, people like Joe Day, people like that have pretty much been here from the start of his reign. When he got the first job, those people will have a more affiliated connection. David Pipe, off the scene, players like that, people like that. Sorry, Gavin Foxall. It must have been hard to let go and to say bye to Michael Flynn. It must have, because, like I said, I just cannot thank him enough. And what he has done on his own, well, not on his own, but because he's had the help of the players, the help of the coaching staff, the board, he's renovated this football club, and that is what I just want to thank him mostly for. Utmost respect for him wherever he goes, whether it is Cardiff, wherever is his next job. I wish him all the best. I'm just going to read the article now because I don't want to keep going on. So I'm going to read the article, then I'll probably take a few questions, and then I'll wrap it up with my own thoughts. Right, so following a period of dialogue, Michael Flynn has left the role as Newport County AFC manager with immediate effect and departs on amicable terms. Michael has done an excellent job at the club. He was appointed caretaker manager in March 2017 before taking the position on as a permanent basis 2 months later. Michael's 4.5 years as manager has been the most successful since the club's return to the EFL. Highlights include the Great Escape, Emirates FA Cup victories over Leeds United, Leicester City and Middlesbrough, and ties against Tottenham and Man City, Carabao Cup ties against West Ham and Newcastle, and even 2 Sky Bet League 2 playoff finals at Wembley. Michael has also had 4 spells at the club as a player, a season as academy manager, and period as a first-team coach. The club wishes to place on record its sincere thanks to Michael for his time as a player, coach, and also manager. He departs with the best wishes of everyone we've connected with the Exiles, and goes without saying that Michael and his family will always be welcomed at Rodney Parade. The club will now begin the process of recruitment. Whether that, this is important, the process of recruitment, whether that is now, for me, I know this is harsh. We've probably let go of one of the most successful ever managers of our club, but we've got to just get the process of recruitment now. Don't stall on it. Go and look for a new manager now, because I really don't think Wayne Hatswell, assistant manager, is the way forward for me. Let me just go into the settings and bring this bigger up so you can actually see it better. There you go. Yeah, for me, I would go and look for a new manager right now. I'd be on the phone with whoever the club are looking at as a new manager. I would be doing that now. I wouldn't be wasting my time stalling on Michael Flynn. Yes, you're a legend, you're a club legend, but we've got to move forward as a club now, and that is the saddest thing that we've got to do that now. It's the end of the road, unfortunately, for Michael Flynn. In the interim period, assistant manager Wayne Hatswell will take charge of the first team, like I said. So Wayne Hatswell will be in charge of the team tomorrow against Scunthorpe. It's going to be weird not seeing Michael Flynn in the dugout. But yeah, that's just how it is. Chairman Gavin Foxall commented, on behalf of the board, I wanted to thank Michael for all he has done for the club in many different roles. That is, when I was on about on and off the pitch, not just improving the squad each and every year, and not just improving the team as a footballing team, but also making us a bit more reputable and a bit more of a sustained, better club, basically. He has created many memorable moments, over the years, and leaves the club in a strong position. He goes with our very best wishes. Yeah, we're not in the worst position. League, apart from this season where we stand in the league, it's only the first month of the season, or a bit of the season, so you can't really sort of judge where we are in table off that. But in terms of where we are outside as a club, we're in the right position now to push forward. Whether we are going to do better under a new manager, it doesn't matter. I think we'll win tomorrow now even more. I think, the sort of new bounce of everyone's going to be playing for the new manager now. Tomorrow's game, I'll talk more about that in a minute, actually. Let me just finish the article. Michael Flynn commented, I would like to thank Newport County AFC for giving me the opportunity of my first managerial post, but with sadness, I feel it is the right time to step down. It's been some journey keeping Newport in the Football League in my first few months, then the buzz of FA Cup and League Cup runs, and of course, the 2 Wembley playoff finals. I'm extremely proud of my coaching staff and players for their achievements, and would like to thank each one of them for their support and hard work during my time as manager. I'd like to say thank you to the board for their trust and belief in me from day one. And finally, thank you to the fans for supporting me and the team throughout my time at the club. I wish Newport County every success in the future. So there is the club statement. Like I said, it's upsetting, but it's also exciting. Now, I don't know if me saying that is going to sound bad, that it's exciting that he's left, but it is in a way, because now it's a new journey. Now it's a new era. I know what we achieved under Michael Flynn was fantastic. It was memorable. It was historical. It was everything you can imagine. And I think we've just got to let go now. We have just got to let go of those, not let go of those memories, because those memories will never die for me. Going to Wembley twice, well, 3 times, but twice for a playoff final. Beating Leicester City, I remember after that game, it was mental. Singing to Gary Lineker, because obviously he's a Leicester fan, and all them great moments, the Middlesbrough away day, winning away at Middlesbrough, drawing away at Middlesbrough and then beating them at Rodney Parade. All of that will never go, no matter what, no matter if the new manager takes us into League One. If he does, then yes. But I just don't think we can ever put their memories behind us. They will always stay. They will always stay. Let's read a few comments. Paul Tisdale will be your next manager. I don't know about Paul Tisdale. Jody Morris, ex-Chelsea, is looking for a start to his managerial career. He also has access to Chelsea for loan options. What do you think? I don't think he'll step down, mate. I don't think he'll go down from being Frank Lampard's handman and coming all the way down to League Two. I just don't see that as an option for me. I think we've got to look at options, realistic options. But yeah. So touch on Paul Tisdale a minute. The reason why I would not want Paul Tisdale is I think I want to see someone. I want to see what we do now under Hatswell. I want to see what tomorrow's game is like. If it's the same sort of mould as what we've been playing under Flynn, then I'll be all for it. But I want to see what sort of football Wayne Hatswell plays. Is he going to play the same formation? Is he going to play... Because it's his job ultimately now. Ultimately, it's Wayne Hatswell's job. It's Michael Flynn is gone. If he performs well tomorrow, if he performs well against Bradford, then he could be the new manager. We don't know. We have no idea. We don't know if Wayne Hatswell's going to be the man as a temporary manager. We don't know if the club have long-term visions to give him the full-time job. We have no idea. The only thing that we know at the moment is Michael Flynn's left and Wayne Hatswell will take charge on tomorrow. What's your thoughts then, guys? Because for me, yes, I'm sad and upset and just left, like, I can't even explain it, less speechless that he's gone because of what he's done. But also, we've got to move on. I just want to go through a few key points during the club statement, and then I'll get my own final thoughts probably, and then I'll probably try and wrap this up. So where was it? Where is the bit that I wanted to? Oh, here we go. No, where's it gone? There was something that I wanted to bring up. Right, this bit. The club will now begin the process of recruitment. So it's just a few things I want to touch on with this. First of all, thank you for everything, Michael, but we've got to look to the future now. Michael Flynn leaving is sad. It's very sad, but also it's exciting. And the reason why it's exciting is because of this line here. We're not gonna slope around. We're not gonna wait. I think the board are gonna sit down and say, right, what are our options? Wayne Hatswell is tagged as the manager for now. Just for now. For tomorrow's game. It might not even be after tomorrow's game. It might just be for tomorrow's game. Monday, we appoint a new manager. That might be what happens. Whether Michael Hatswell, keep saying Michael Flynn, whether Wayne Hatswell gets the job for tonight, for the next couple of weeks going forward, whatever the board decide to do, back the current manager, back Wayne Hatswell tomorrow. Sing your hearts out for Wayne Hatswell, because I will be. Sing your absolute hearts out for Wayne Hatswell tomorrow. Welcome those players on the pitch just as you would under Michael Flynn. Just as you would for Michael Flynn. Because Wayne Hatswell doesn't deserve less credit or doesn't deserve less respect. Because at the end of the day, he ultimately, as it stands, current, is the man that's going to be taking us forward. Whether it's something we want, whether it's something we agree with about Wayne Hatswell being the new man, I just don't think I just don't think we can sort of rely on that now. We've got to push forward. We've got to leave that behind us because Michael Flynn is no longer our manager. He's no longer connected with the club. We've got to leave their memories behind. Leave them up here, but put them there. That is what we've got to do now as a football club and as a fan base. We've got to forget about, well, we've got to say Michael Flynn is not our manager. No, he's not our manager. We don't have to talk about him. We can say the memories that we have because they're up here, but we cannot ever talk about Michael Flynn as a manager anymore because he is not. It's very sad in a way. I feel it's the right thing. You could tell things weren't going to go very well this season. I mean, it's a month. It's October. I mean, whether I'm going to say it wasn't the right time. I wasn't ready to let go of Michael Flynn's managerial reign yet. I think I wasn't ready to let go then. Like when I heard the rumours, and I'm still not ready to let go now. But because it's been officially announced now, I cannot say to you guys, forget him as a manager, and then me say I wish he was still our manager because he's not now. Wayne Hatswell tomorrow, and then who knows after that. And then I want to highlight this as well. I would like to thank Newport County AFC for giving me the opportunity of my first managerial post. I really feel like this could be the bouncing board for Michael Flynn to be a very, very successful manager in his career. I, for one, am one for also the best for Newport. The best for Newport is always the top priority. It's always priority number one. The best for Newport County AFC. That is always priority number one. Priority number two is the best for all of the players, the coaching staff, the board, the best for their career. The best for Michael Flynn's career now is leaving. Now, I want Michael Flynn to be sort of known as a club legend, but also known as a project of the club, an asset of the club that we brought in, we let develop as a manager, because when he first came here, there was a lot of frailties in his coaching. And I think the reason we stayed up was the new bounce. The new bounce of a new manager was the reason we stayed up during the greatest game. I'm not taking anything away from him as a manager. I'm not saying he has no tactics or he's a crap manager. The only reason we stayed up that season was because of the new manager bounce. There was aspects to really good coaching, but a lot of it was we've got a new manager, Newport boy. Let's keep my club, let's keep my hometown club up in the Football League. I think that was one of the major reasons why we stayed up that season. After that, it's just history. The playoffs, the FA Cup, the Carabao Cup, everything. But I really think that we're going to become a club over the next couple of years where players come here, bounce, develop as a person, and grow on to bigger and better things. Michael Flynn, there is no argument and there is no sort of disagreement that Michael Flynn has developed as a manager whilst being here. There is no argument. As a manager, Michael Flynn has developed massive amounts whilst being here. When he came here, there was little faults to his sort of tactics, his style. There was a lot of faults. There's very little faults at the moment because he has developed whilst being at a club. And not just that, whilst being here, Michael Flynn was here, we were here. And we've just developed together slowly, gradually. As he's developed as a manager, we've developed as a club. But then at the end of it, Michael Flynn is here. Michael Flynn is here. We're here. Michael Flynn has just gone up a little bit, and we've just not been able to to reach the Michael Flynn levels. That's my personal opinion. I think Michael Flynn has developed too much of a coach and a bigger name that he has just unfortunately outgrown us a little bit. That is my personal opinion. That's why I think he's left. If he goes on to a League One Championship team, wherever he goes, he will succeed. He will succeed wherever he goes. The one thing I do not want to see, and I think this will hurt me even more, not if he goes to Cardiff, that's irrelevant. That is irrelevant. If he goes to either a League 2 team or a team that is bottom end League 1, I'll be quite disappointed, because I think leaving us, it should be League 1. League 1 should be the ceiling now. I don't think he can go anywhere near a League 2 job because, I think he's done so good for us at League 2 level, and he's just never managed to get over the line in a playoff final. Never managed to get over the line of getting to League 1. Yes, you could say refereeing decisions have gone against us in 2 playoff finals. I agree with you there. I'm not going to disagree with that. That is 100% true. But he's never managed to get over the line. He's never managed to get a promotion. I think League 1 has to be the minimum aim for him as a job now. I don't think he can get a League 2 job, because I think he's too good for League. He's too good for League 2. Josh Sheehan left us and he went to Bolton, League 1. They could be in the Championship next season. I think Michael Flynn has to follow in Josh Sheehan's suit, and he has to go higher now. I don't think he can go to League 2 level, because it's just the same level as us. It's pointless, basically. It's just swapping a place in the league. And that's not me being jealous. That's not me saying, oh, he's left us just to go someone in our same league. That's me being for his career. I want his career to be successful as it possibly can. Imagine, for example, let's just put an example out there. Imagine in 3 seasons' time, imagine Michael Flynn's a Premier League manager. Imagine the amount of reputation and credit will be put back on us because we developed a Premier League manager, or Championship, even Championship. The fact that we were nearly in non-league, and whilst being with us, he's developed himself, and then he's gone on to be even better. I really do feel excited but sad. It's a weird chain of emotions right now. Not surprised he can't do any more for County. 2 playoff finals, fantastic achievement, but it took its toll on him. Yeah, and I think I agree with you, Gary, mate. I really do agree with you. I think, unfortunately for us, not for him, the world is his oyster now. The world is absolutely his oyster now. He can go out there and become the most successful manager he will ever have imagined. Because I just think back to that game against Notts County, right? If we lost that, and if we got relegated in 2016-17, what would have happened? I have no idea, and no one will ever be able to tell you, unless the board, except the board. But we didn't get relegated. We stayed up. We built as a club, and financially we've built as well. I will be talking more in this show, because it is something I want to talk deep into. Let's just read a little bit more of the article and dissect it. None about that. Right, here we go. I'd like to say thank you to the board for their trust and belief in me from day one. It's a simple sentence, but it shows so much. It shows that when he got given the caretaking job, they believed that he was going to be the man to keep us up. Because when Graham Wesley left, it was awful. It was awful. And I'm so happy that the board thought, right, we'll give Flynn a go. Because we didn't have anything to lose, basically. We had nothing to lose. As it stood, we were going down. We had no hope. We had no chance. As it stood, Newport County were a National League team. Non-league team. I think it was the conference then. I can't quite remember, to be honest. But anyway, as it stood, at that moment, when Flynn took over, we were going down. There was no hope for us. He renovated the club. He got the players training better. They were a lot more. They were a lot more sort of attention on tactics in training. It wasn't just go out and have a 2-mile run and just, basically sweat yourselves out and that'll be a successful training session. It was go out, work on your tactics, work on set play tactics, work on in-game tactics, work on pressing, winning the ball back high up the pitch, defending from the front. It was all of that. And I think, you've heard that from players that have been managed by Flynn. Players that under Flynn have improved their career. Dan Butler was okay. He was a good player when he was at Newport. He was a good player. I really liked him. But under Flynn changed him. He became a lot more mobile. He became a lot more physical. He bulked out a bit, and now he's playing Championship with Peterborough United. So there is so many things that Michael Flynn has done for the club on and off the field and for different individuals because he's changed it. And I wish him all the best. I cannot say a bad word about him. Normally when a manager leaves, there is sometimes, he left on bad terms or this, that or the other. We shouldn't have let him go. We shouldn't have left. I hate him, blah, blah, blah. But with Michael Flynn, there's not been that. There really hasn't been any bad mouth from fans towards Flynn. And if there is, you need this examined because what that man has done, not even the football, I'll take away the football side of it. Imagine we were mid-table League Two. Imagine we were just mid-table League Two, never had playoff finals. Imagine we were just a mid-table standard League Two team like a Carlisle, like a Crawley. Never really going to go up, never really going to go down. Imagine we was that. He's still changed us, the mould of Newport County, what Newport County are as a football club, the community. We were having, 2,000 fans. Well, not even that. Less than 1,000 fans go into games sometimes regularly. And you see the attendances now, 3,000, 4,000 sometimes. The FA Cup attendances, 11,000 fans or 9,000, whatever it was. For that Tottenham game or Man City game. The fans that he is bringing to the club is remarkable. The size of Newport County now, like when someone says Newport County, they're good in the FA Cup, they're good in the Cups, they've always been a decent team. But when you thought of them before Flynn, Newport County, League Two, bottom end League Two, yeah, bottom end League Two. But now it just feels different. And I know a lot of people in football don't like this sort of it feels different factor, but it does. And going to Rodney Parade tomorrow is going to feel so weird because we'll be turning up there as the new era. The new era begins right now. Whether it takes 2 weeks to get a new manager or 2 days, the new era begins now. Tomorrow is a new day. Tomorrow is the new era. The new era has already started and the process of recruitment might have already started. We don't know what the club are doing behind the scenes. They might have already got a deal sorted for a manager and they might have just said to Flynn, if you're going to leave, tell us now so we can sort out a replacement for you. And because Michael Flynn loves the club, he might have said, yeah, okay, I'll leave now. I'll let Hatswell take charge of tomorrow's game. I'll leave now. You get your new manager in on Monday. We don't know the conversations that have been had. We don't know. Who would you replace Flynn with? Who is there around, mate? I have no idea who is around to take charge at the moment. I don't know the names that have been floated around. I have literally no idea because I know there's been some fans over social media that have said Flynn out and stuff like that. I think when a club is struggling, at the bottom of the league or when they're in bad form, people will always look at who's around, what managers are available. And I think that's one thing that I will have a go at myself for, as I've never looked at a potential replacement because I've never felt it needed suit to. I never felt that I'd need to find a replacement for him or look for who's around because I just never thought it would get to this moment. And that's one thing that I will say I'm a bit annoyed about. I should have potentially just looked, had a quick glance at who's around, who could potentially be our new manager. And I'm going to be doing one of these for the new manager anyway. So, you know, if you are enjoying this type of video, then please make sure to like and subscribe, because I'm going to do a lot more of these sit-down videos where I just discuss stuff. But I think this needed to be a stream. I didn't think I could do this in just a 10-minute video. This needed to be getting all of my thoughts out, and it needed to be a long-winded a stream. But yeah, get your thoughts in the comments. Like I say, I just want to say thanks, because what we are is 10 times better than what we started, and all good things do come to an end. Unfortunately, it has finally come to an end. I always said that Michael Flynn would leave. I never said he would never. I never said he'll stay here forever. I always said there will be an end point. I never thought when the end point would be. I thought maybe at the end of the season, maybe January at the earliest. But if we can get a new manager in ASAP, or if Hatswell's the man to take us forward, if he's the new manager, not the interim, if he's the full-time manager, Wayne Hatswell, or it's a new manager, then we have to get him in ASAP, because if we stall on it, there's going to cause a few problems. The first problem is we're not going to know what's going on. Second problem is the players are not going to know what's going on. They're not going to know whether to, you know, sort of understand what the new manager's philosophy is going to be, and if the new manager is going to like them or not. So they're going to have the players are going to have to do research now about what new managers could be brought in, and I think it's gonna be upsetting for some players to move on now and put the Flynn era behind them. Some players, some fans, you know, I was never Flynn out. I don't think at this moment in time you can even talk about whether you was Flynn out and you was right, or I was never Flynn out. And the reason I was never Flynn out is because of what he's done for the club on and off the pitch. He's pushed us forward from the depths of, well, non-league, basically. And he continued to push and push. Even in his press conferences, we'd win a game 2-0, and it's not good enough. I want better. I want the best possible win for the football club. And that's what I will always stand my solidaritist opinion, that Michael Flynn is probably the most influential man behind Newport County. What we have gained as a club, as a city, as a community, because we are a community now. I just hope to God that whoever is the new manager doesn't sort of basically, I don't want a new manager to come in and look at that squad and, for example, look at Demetrio Dolan and say, maybe you don't suit into my system. The players that are there now, that are starting week in, week out, Joe Day, Demetrio Dolan, Bennett, you know, the loanees, Azaz, Abraham, they've got to be in the new manager's plans. And if not, we stick with Hatswell, because Hatswell knows the quality that we have in the squad, because there's a lot of quality in that Newport squad that people don't realise. Even players that are not even getting on the pitch, there's a lot of quality. Jack Kane, quality youngster from Liverpool. You know, in the youth academy, Lewis Twamley, maybe the new manager's going to bring more youth through. That's one thing I'll want to listen to his first ever press conference, whoever it is. But yeah, I mean, it's upsetting. Vexy, I knew Vexy was going to come in with a comment. Flynn has done everything for us. Nothing to ask for. He has done. Wait, what? Nothing to ask for. Yeah, he's done enough for us. Yeah, I think it's not the right time, but it is at the same time, and that sentence is confusing, because you're saying it's not the right time, but then you're also saying it is. What I mean by that is, it was the right time for him and for the club. I think that I can stand by that and say that it was the right time for him and the club, but not for fans. I think fans wanted the fact that that game against Leyton Orient was the last game of the Michael Flynn era. And no, Barrow away was the last game of the Michael Flynn era. That is, That is just upsetting. That is just really upsetting that his last ever game as Newport manager, and I didn't get to go to it. That is just that's just made me even more annoyed now, and even more annoyed at myself that I didn't go to Michael Flynn's last ever match as Newport manager. But at least I went to his last ever home match as Newport manager against not Leyton Orient, Walsall. But yeah, I mean, I wish him all the best. I have not got a bad word to say about that man. What's his next move? People saying Cardiff job. Well, one thing I will quickly say, when Joe Day left for Cardiff, I was fuming. The fact he left us for a rival for Cardiff. But in Michael Flynn's situation, it's different. Because basically, Michael Flynn, we're not going to play Cardiff, first of all. And I know you could say, well, we were never going to play Cardiff against Joe Day. But I just think it's different between a manager and a player. And plus, I think Michael Flynn has done all he can at Newport now. I don't think there's anything else he can do. I think this is the ceiling, and he's just going like this, just bouncing off the ceiling as Newport manager. And I really don't want to say the words like goodbye, Michael Flynn, sort of thing. But that's what it's come to now. That's what it is. It is Michael Flynn moving on. He's left. And I know there's going to be fans in the fan base that don't want to let go. I don't want to let go. The memories will always stick with me, but so will Michael Flynn. And that's one thing, if he would have left and maybe gone upstairs to the board of directors or had some role in the club, it wouldn't be as bad. But I just like Phil says, I'm going to bring the comment. I've not brought many comments up. There are plenty of hungry new managers out there, and I trust in your club to make the right choice. That is what we've got to do now. We've got to make the right choice. We cannot. This could potentially be the biggest moment in our career, in our history. Leaving Michael Flynn's heritage and history behind, we've got to appoint someone that has the same mould as Michael Flynn. If we appoint someone and it goes awfully wrong from here, I'm not going to blame the club. I'm not going to, blame Flynn for leaving or anything stupid like that before people jump on the bandwagon of that's what I'm going to say. But it's going to be one of those moments where you look back and we've got to make the right decision now. We've got to have a long, hard think. We don't need to rush it. Wayne Hatswell took charge at Salford. He took charge. I can't remember the other game. He took charge at that Salford away game. Yes, we lost 3-0, but he didn't look too out of his depth. He took charge at the Southampton game. Again, didn't look too. Southampton just battered us basically. The Premier League team just put us to the sword. And I know we've got to make the right position, but whatever the decision is now, it's got to be taken time. I don't want to see us announce a new manager today or tomorrow, basically. And I know that sounds bad. I want us to take our time with it. I want us to make the right decision, whether it is, Vexy, piss off, please. We are not bringing Graham Wesley back. What was I going to say? Yeah, I don't want to see us go out and make the new management appointment today or tomorrow, because that'll be rushed. That'll be the wrong decision, and it'll be the wrong thing to do. Right now, we've got time, and we've got also, we've got the reputation. We're a bigger club than what we were when Wesley left. We can get a better manager at the start, because this is going to sound bad, but we can get a better manager than Flynn. And what I mean by that is, when Flynn took over, no reputation, no coaching badges, nothing, or not to any real extent. Where now we can get a much better manager at this moment in time than the manager that Flynn was when he came in. Now we can look better, we can look bigger. The new job is a perfect opportunity for a younger manager to gain a reputation within the game. Exactly. I think now we don't need to worry about the fan base being divided, because I know there's Newport fans in here that were massively Flynn in, and I do know a few people that were Flynn out. Just said maybe it's just time for him to go. I was never Flynn in or out, and I think that comes down to being loyal to him and just not wanting to let go, sort of thing. I didn't want to come to the reality that we was gonna lose Michael Flynn. And I think one thing you've got to do as a football fan is think of what's best for the club rather than what's best for yourself. And I think I was thinking of myself. I didn't want him to go. I didn't want to say goodbye. I just thought I wasn't ready to say goodbye to him because of what he's done for us as a club. And I think that comes down to a lot of people. I think a lot of people probably were in the same boat. They didn't want to. They didn't want to say let's get rid of him because of what he's done. And fair play to the club. I like Vexy says, respect to the club. I really do respect the club with this. They've not said to themselves, they've not said to themselves, right, Flynn's going to leave. Let's just say he's gone. Let's get a new manager in right away and say Flynn's gone. This is the new manager. Because at the moment it says Wayne Hatswell. I'll just show you for those that don't know this sentence here. Wayne Hatswell will take charge of the first team. It doesn't say how long, doesn't say until when. And I think that is the perfect thing the club could have done. If they would have said in that sentence, in the interim period, assistant manager Wayne Hatswell will take charge of the first team on Saturday, and then the process of recruitment will begin. They've not said when we're going to be getting the new manager. We don't even know if we're talking to anyone. We could be talking to someone right now as we speak. Whilst I'm doing a live talking about Flynn leaving, we could be having conversations in the background. Not here. Bloody hell. There's Gavin Foxall behind me. He's having a conversation with good old Pochettino. But no, on a serious note, there could be conversations that are being had right now. There could be conversations that are going to be had. Eddie says Salford will win league and be in the Premier League in 10 years. You live in a fantasy, mate. You're living in an absolute fantasy. Good luck with your fantasy story. Hopefully it turns out well for you, but you're not. So yeah, it's got to be a long process, but not too long. Basically, I don't want to be sat here in January still saying who's our manager. Who is our manager? We don't know, because that's never going to be the case anyway. That's never going to be the case. I think the new manager will happen soon. Actually, let me quickly have a look on Sky Bet to see if there is any betting for the next Newport manager. I don't think they might have. Right, let me see if there are any betting odds on Newport's next manager. I don't know if there will be, but let's have a look. Right. Ooh, I think we've got. Right, let's have a look. I'll let you know them as well. Just loaded up the website. So yeah, let's see what the betting apps say, because at the moment I just have no idea. Yes, accept. So Wayne Hatswell. Where's? Oh, it says the next. Wow, the next Newport manager, it says, will be Wayne Hatswell. Let me see if anything on Sky Bet. So by the looks of it, it's done for Wayne Hatswell then. Right, let me have a look. Angel Rangel could do a job for you. I don't know. I want someone connected to the club realistically, but you know, I don't want us to become a mates team where you know, we'll just sign people that are close to the club or connected to the club. I want us to go out and act. We're not a big club. I know that. I'm clever enough to know that we're not a big club, but we're a club that can realistically now go and look for a decent manager at a decent level. Right. Sky Bet is actually loaded, so why is it? Right, hopefully we can get the odds from Sky Bet. You should get Wayne Hatswell. I mean, right, it's never going to come up on Sky Bet, is it? Because it's Newport County. So that, you know, the articles look like it could be Wayne Hatswell gets the full-time job. Thoughts on that? I mean, I don't know. See what he's like tomorrow. See what the style of play is like tomorrow. If there's a clear style of play tomorrow, then definitely maybe that's a path that we go down. Anyway, guys, before I wrap it up, I just want to give my final thoughts. Michael Flynn has left Newport County. I'm a bit upset, well, very upset, but I think talking to you guys and hearing some of your opinions has helped me release a bit of the sadness, basically, because I am upset. You know, he's a legend. He's an absolute legend of the football club, and he's just left. You know, you'd not have a heart if you weren't upset. I've got tears inside, but I just don't want to release tears on a live stream because A, it's pointless, and B, I don't want to look like an idiot. But I really am devastated and upset, and the whole everything that he's built and everything that he's sort of installed in me now. Like, there's some stuff that since he's been here, I never thought about. You know, the grit and desire, the fight. Every single game that we've won under Michael Flynn, we've had to fight for. There's never been a game where we've won 6-7-0 that competitively that we could walk out of Rodney Parade or walk out of an away ground and say, that was easy. You know, that was the easiest game of football ever. Every single 90 minutes of football plus extra time in certain cases has always been a fight. There's always been a tough game. Even the games we've won convincingly, they've still been tough. And I think we've got to move on now. It's unfortunate. Whoever the new manager is, please keep the same players that we have loved over the last few years. Demetrio, Dolan, Bennett. You know, keep the core. Joe Day. We've got to keep the core of our team now. Just please, whoever the new manager is, I salute you. I will back you from the day one to the day you leave. I don't think when you're appointed as the manager, when the new manager's appointed, I don't think there'll be a live stream quite as long as this. But I just want to say thanks for all your support on this live stream. I'll be live at 5 p.m. for the Newport County career mode, which is going to be really weird because everything that's happened today. But thanks for joining me, guys. Like I say, a massive shout out to everyone that's come onto the stream today. It does mean a lot. Unfortunately, Michael Flynn leaves Newport County after 4.5 years as the manager of the club. Thank you for everything, Michael. I wish you the best, and we've got to move on from here. Cheers for the memories. They will live forever in my mind. Cheers, Michael Flynn. Thanks to you. You're the legend. Cheers, Michael.